Hey guys, Sublord here, back in with another action figure review. Today we'll be taking a look at the Savage Crucible 2026 convention exclusive, kinda sorta, Brynyar Vael, the Lynx. Not a fox, he's a lynx. Although I will forgive anyone who mistook Mr. Vael here for a fox, because it's way less egregious than everyone who mistook the Wolverine that came with the DC Multiverse Animal Man for a bear. That is not even close to what bears look like. But at any rate, this of course brought to us by the fine folks over at Harbinger Studios, as well as my good buddy Sven Guerra, who I did mention in the Naraka the Undying video from yesterday, hooked me up with both him and good old Brynyar Vael here for a very, very, very good price. So I will leave a link in the description below to his Instagram. You can head on over there and see what other convention exclusives he's got available. And hit him up. You know, give the man some business. I'm all for supporting small business as long as it's not going to cost me a fortune in the process. I look out for myself too, you know. That said, I didn't get into this too much in the Naraka the Undying video, so I'll talk about it briefly here. These Savage Crucible convention exclusives, you might as well put convention exclusive in air quotes. They're more or less debut figures, kind of like the Mythic Legion's Masters of the Universe homages used to be when PowerCon was a thing. Remember PowerCon? That happened. But at any rate, these start off as convention exclusives, but they're not exclusive to one convention. So if you went to ZoloCon, you could find this guy, but if you went to Toylanta a little while later, I think you could still find this guy at the Savage Crucible table, along with Naraka the Undying. And I'm assuming any convention they've been to since then, they've had both of these guys. Same with Varnox Unchained. He was like that too. Shield of Dazira, Veterus for PAX, same thing. They all started off as con exclusives, but then they went to retailers, and then they wound up in stock on the Savage Crucible website, and relatively easy to obtain. I think you can still buy Varnox Unchained to this day, and that's a really awesome figure. But we're not talking about him. We're talking about Brynyar Vael, and he is a lynx. He's a kitty cat. While I'm not as big a fan of kitty cats as I am skeleton demon guys, he is pretty cool. So why don't we cut right to the chase and get into the meat and taters of this review and take a look-see at all Mr. Vael has to offer in terms of accessories. A pair of grip hands. These also appear to be kind of stuck. No, that one isn't. But I don't really intend to use these because they have the wrong hinge for holding stuff. So that is irrelevant. That said, a pair of claw hands, as well as a head from the accessory pack from the Barbarian Wave. Got this one. This was made for, what's that guy's name? Jaeger, who is a kind of kitty cat wolf looking guy. So you could swap this head on to him if you want. It's got the crazy man bun. And I think he's got pointed ears, yeah. And he's got some animalistic features in the face. Bit of a snout. No hinge mouth or anything. Cool head, but not into the ponytail man bun thing myself. But I understand if you like it. That's for sure. Moving on to his weaponry, you have some swords. I think this very same sword came with Jaeger, so there's that. And we also get this. Looks like a shorter version of that, to be honest with you. And then we get this kind of battered samurai-looking sword, which I want to say Shield of Dazira. It's the first one to have that. We got this knife, which I think Nashorn the Disinherited had this knife. but don't quote me on that. Maybe the warrior with ball and chain. I know one of those guys did. And then we have this rolled up map or scroll, which I don't see a place on his belt to put this, but I am kind of stupid, so I'm sure there's somewhere I could put that. And then we get the blind bag weapon. Notice it's not a giant frickin' keyblade from Final Fantasy this time. Sad face. I wanted 2 of those, but oh well. I should be lucky I got one, let's be real. I think that's one of the harder weapons to get, and I got one, and I'm happy. And if it's not that weapon, don't tell me. 2026 sucks. Enough without my hopes and dreams being ruined by a party pooper. That said, this is the sword we got. It's fairly generic. It looks like it's got a snake head on it, maybe. So maybe I'll give this to one of my reptile dudes. But there you go. It's just a basic looking blade. At least to me. It's nothing crazy. So put that back in the bag for now. And then we also get a loot bag with this guy. Again, it's just loose bits that I'm not willing to lose. There's some jewels, some gold bars, some coins. I do have that Super 7 Worst Ultimate Captain Deadstar. I'm probably going to start filling that treasure chest he came with these at some point. I think that'd be a pretty cool display, if I do say so myself. Taking a look at Brynyar Vael. He is a lot of reuse. He's a lot more reuse than Naraka was, because Naraka at least had the new sword, new head. I think he had some other new accoutrements, maybe the skirt piece. But I don't recognize these pieces, so not entirely sure. This looks like the same skirt piece as him, but I don't think it is. Maybe it is. It is the same. They have the same exact skirt piece. Ain't that something? Huh. I just noticed that. But at any rate, that aside, for a kitty cat man, Brynyar Vael is still pretty cool. He's got a little teeny ponytail on the back of his head, but it's not like man bun status, so I don't mind it as much. He does have a hinged jaw, which is pretty cool. I was not expecting that. As far as the rest of his articulation goes, set a look up and down, rotate, tilt a little bit. See, he's all scarred up. He's seen some shiznit. I don't know what that is, but he's seen something. That's for sure. He's got peg holes in the shoulders here. And then, I don't know if he's got peg holes on this harness or any more on his belt for extra goodies, but I would like to kit him out with some extra stuff. Like, I have the Varnox and chain, the big old sword scabbard. I think that was made for, if I can get the right sword here, this sword right here. I think there is a specific scabbard for this, and I would like to stick that on this guy on his back, but I don't think I can do that, and that sucks. That said, his shoulders can lift up, go back down, can rotate forward and back. He's got that beautiful butterfly. I had to crack his loose. His were kind of tight. I think Jaeger was like that too. I hadn't mentioned in the Naraka video that you can move the shoulder pads up and down like that. He's got the floaty bicep cap. That's nice. You can bend the elbow that far, rotate it. He's got a gauntlet twist, swivel hinge wrist with the appropriate hinge rolling weapons. Diaphragm joint can lean that far forward, that far back. He has heavy detents, man. Holy cow. That's a new one. Huh. Said he can also rotate, I think. Yeah. But like Naraka had to break him in. I'm not used to having to break the torsos in so much on these guys as I am the... Lately it's been the feet. But you can tilt this. I like this detented torso. That's really nice. It's still tight, but not too tight. You can move it, and it'll stay. I think Savage Crucible figures, I'm just going to say it, have the best torso articulation in the game right now. I don't think there is anyone topping this. We haven't got the fully articulated body in full from Four Horsemen yet. Not sure what that's going to be like. We've gotten bits and pieces of it, but we haven't gotten a full figure of it. I'm hoping for greatness with that, but the Savage Crucible bodies are top tier, in my opinion. There's just no topping that. Moving that out of the way, you can kick his leg out about this far. Back down, forward and back. He's got the thigh cut, which was stuck on my Naraka. Let me check the other one. Yeah, oh. That one was stuck on this one. Feels like it works. If it don't, I can get it too, but let me see. Let me get up in there. Yeah, that's pretty stiff on there, man. I can't get that to turn. So I think I'm gonna have to heat that, maybe. Get that to move. Yeah, I'm surprised I can't get that to move. Huh. Anyway, he's got a hinged knee with rotation. Double jointed knee. Should have said that. Boot swivel. He's got the same exact boots as Varnox and Chain right down to the feet, which have the clicky joints. I did have to heat this side, but it works fine now. Rotates, pivot. That's all fine and dandy. But yeah, it looks like the leg does not want to turn. But the thigh cut. I think it just wants to pop off the socket. So I might have to hit that with a little bit of heat, in all honesty. Let me check my Naraka again. I know he had one leg that was kind of stuck too. Pull that sword out. There we go. So yeah, I probably just gotta heat that up, and that'll be good to go. Push that sword back in there. But right now it's pretty stuck. It doesn't want to move. So I will simply put this little knife in here. His little sword. On his back. Like that. And there he is. Looking like a kitty cat man should. Like the ones from AWOC that, well, aesthetically are fine, but quality-wise, they just ain't it. And I fail to see why everyone's just so hard on that company's you-know-what. And I will die on that hill, alone, if I have to. You know, it is what it is. This figure's had a major problem. I called them out on it, and they kind of tried to bury it. So, you know, that's not shady at all, is it? So with that being said, I think it is time now that we move right along and take a look at some size comparisons. First up, here's good old Brynyar Vael with his working right thigh cut. That's right, I got it to move off camera, so no heat necessary. Another reason I love Savage Crucible. Either way, we have him alongside the other 2026 convention exclusive that we already looked at here on the channel, Naraka the Undying. And again, of the two, I like the skeleton demon guy more, shocker. But again, Brynyar Vael is a really cool character that goes great with Jaeger here, who I might give that rolled up scroll to. I think he looked great with that. Not for nothing, I can't say that I like Brynyar Vael more than Jaeger. I think he's probably more fun to pose because he's got less stuff going on. But Jaeger looks, I don't know, more substantial. He's got the cloak, he's got the hood, he's got the scabbard with the sword, he's got that little pouch on his belt. And it's, you know, for me to say that a crossbow character is more substantial than a sword wielder is saying something, because I freaking hate crossbows. But Savage Crucible did theirs right by making it easy to put in hand. It's not very big, and they give you the correct hinge to hold said crossbow, so it sits flush against him. It's not sticking out to the side or forward or whatever. But getting these two out of the way. And I also checked, Jaeger has a different sword from Brynyar Vael. Now we can bring in our two regulars, who are a lot closer than they were yesterday, so shouldn't take me as long. But we have the Mythic Legion's Brother Mandibilith and the infamous Elephant Spawn, who, as usual, actually, he's probably about neck and neck. Yeah, he's about neck and neck with old Brynyar Vael here. He's not towering, but he's about neck and neck nonetheless. So with that being said, it's time now that we wrap things up with some final thoughts. Overall, while I may not like Brynyar Vael as much as, let's say, Naraka the Undying, I mean, if I'm going to choose between skeleton demons and kitty cat people, I'm going to go with skeleton demons all day, every day, 7 days a week. You know that about me by now, I would hope anyways, especially if you've been watching this channel for a while now. That said, good old Brynyar Vael here is still a really solid offering from the fine folks over at Harbinger Studios. As far as Savage Crucible goes, I would say this guy is probably on par with Jaeger. For me, I don't know if he's better per se. I like Jaeger quite a bit. He's kind of got a werewolf thing going on. I don't know if it's a werewolf or a cat now that we have Brynyar Vael here, but at the end of the day, the Savage Crucible is doing some pretty cool critter characters, and at the very least, I can say they are far superior compared to what Sparrow Toys is doing with their Animal Warriors of the Kingdom Primal series. I'll die on the hill that says those figures are crap. I don't care. So, with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed this review. Until next time, I'll catch you guys later.